welcome back to the Rewind here on Wayward World Studios. I'm Thumali, that's Thumali. I'm your host. And today, my guest, after a long night of spooking, the Boulet brothers did not like the session, unfortunately. So they killed this bitch, and then she crystallized into the Poultry Queen of season 666 of Dragula. It's so hard to say sometimes. Please welcome Desiree Dik. How are you doing, Desiree?
Uglies,
Hey.
hello. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, thank you for coming on, girl. I loved you so much on Dragula. Like you had such a charm, even and you just brought the shade throughout the whole thing. Like it was so crazy. You were so crazy, and I loved it.
Thank you. I think the Shadies came a lot from like the DC family because like here in DC we got like we used to have a lot of pageant girls. They're not dead, but they moved out because the DCC changed. But yeah, I taught a lot of the shadiness and just like playing around in the in the backstage and stuff. So
Hmm.
it just comes naturally now.
Yeah, and you just like Scylla, your both of your time was short on this season, but it was so memorable. Talking about the poultry of it all and stuff like that. Like, how did you overall? Since we're getting close to a year, which is kind of crazy, since your season came out. But how do you feel about your run on the show?
To be honest, I liked it a lot. I think I did a lot in 3 episodes, very memorable already. And the only thing I kind of like wish because it's a lot of the outside of the TV world is the performance and the makeup. As you can see,
Mhm.
it's not the horror, but it's still beautiful. But like, I think it's the place of the cards and how, like, I didn't know how television was filmed. So like, I was trying to figure that out. And I think you can see that when regular seasons happen and when All Stars and shit like that and Titans happen, we get the hang of it. Or when people come back, and I can see the how people upgrade. But like, bitch, I did not know. So that also kind of like helps with the outside of people booking you. So I just
I see.
wish I had more of a performance and more of a slaying makeup kind of thing. Because I think I
Okay.
did a good job.
No, yeah, I think you slayed it. I mean, I think season six was just full of powerful powerhouse people. Even Scylla, who is iconic herself despite her breastplate.
I think we were
Yeah.
all wild cards that I think the Boulets did not know where all these storylines were going. Because, like, I was waiting for a Scylla and Aurora fight. I was waiting for a Majesty and Desiree fight.
Mhm.
Like, but I think everything just kind of like plays differently because I was fighting for Aurora's fight. That there was, what I'm saying? Like, I was the one who sent Scylla home, not Aurora. So now what?
Mhm. Yeah, no, I think yeah, a lot of you just left early, but you left such a powerful impression. I feel like the Boulets should just do season six over again. I don't know how Asia would feel about it.
I
But
think they
like
could
just
bring
sort
us
of
back. They bring bitches back all the time.
yeah, Titans 3.
Season 12, season 9, season 12, season 9.
Oh yeah, yeah. The Boulets do love to pull from season 2, that's for sure.
I think
Anyway,
so far season 6 is a good season so far. It's like way better than the last one.
oh for sure. How has the rest of your year been so far? We're kind of like halfway done.
It's been really fun. A lot of the excitement comes in the beginning. So a lot of the posting and everything and the followers, they did go to like California and Texas, and I did go a little Chicago. And the number one place I love was Rockford. I got to see Auntie. She like drove me down, and her like community is so amazing. I haven't done much because like. It also kind of depends on the how you place, but also like Dragula's still underground, like how they said RuPaul, like losing is the new beginning or whatever the fuck they say. Dragula, you lose, bitch. Work hard.
Yeah. No, yeah, I see that. I know in Scylla's episode that's coming up, like she talked about like not necessarily stepping away from drag, but like getting into like some of her other interests and like maybe doing drag less, which I thought that was very interesting, especially with being on a show. Do you feel like you've been hustling a lot more in drag even though you've been on the show?
I kind of feel with Scylla though because you have this goal, right? It's like I achieved it. I did the movies, I did everything, and now what do I do in drag? And you go back to your local community, and you're kind of like, okay, and everyone's treating you like a star, which you are, but at the same time, you're still there. So it's like a weird balance. I don't know that a lot of people talk about it after reality coming back, right? So you're like you're famous, but then you're local, but then your booking should go high, but like you still want to be local.
Mm.
I don't know. It's like a weird thing, but I think I'm more focused on like, out of drag because like I put so much into drag getting here. I have a whole fucking room full of drag, so that's how dedicated I was. Now it's time to focus on out of drag.
All right. Well, I'm ready to get into that part. Like you in drag, you out of drag, all that, because there's a lot of
Oh yeah,
fascinating things about you that we didn't really get to learn about on Dragula. But before we begin, tell the wayward artists out there who is Desiree Dick? Because Desiree, it's a play on desire Dick, right? You desire.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. But where did that name come from?
So Desiree came from the Smallville episode. There's this woman called Desiree who manipulates Superman's daddy, and all that. And I thought that Desiree name was really cute. But originally, I was named like Jorgina based on like out of my drag name, because like the two like gay guys who like took me in to do drag like gave me that name. But then I went for Stephanie Fox because like the pageantry here and the Latin community here wanted me to be more pageanty. But I just felt like that wasn't me. And when I heard like Desiree, I was like, I wanted to play on with that. And then one day, my friend, we got drunk at the gay prides, and he
Hmm.
peed all over the bed
Oh.
and went to his room to do that little nasty with his boyfriend. And I could hear him going, "Oh yeah, give me that dick." And I was like, that like he said, it's so funny, and I was like, I love that appreciation. So I put it together, Desiree Dick, and I kind of like the camp and the horror. I was kind of like the troll here in DC, where I kind of erupted them because it was all pageant, all like drag families, and I was the one who's just like, I'm gonna pull a balloon out of my ass. Like
Hmm.
he
What inspired you to go in that direction? Like, what did, well, like, was there something specific that you saw, like a specific act or any artist that you were inspired by at the time?
Yes, so there's the alternative show here called Gay Bash back in the day. It was run by a lot of different people. Summer Camp was one of the queens in it, and she's like this crazy campy Rose performer, and seeing her kind of inspired me to be more campy. A lot of the restraining of being pageanty I didn't like, but I like the freedom of the nasty and the fun and the stupidity and just making people laugh. And I think that's what Desiree is an entertainment person, Like I just want to make people laugh and have fun. Drag is supposed to be silly and stupid.
Hmm. Yeah, no, you bring out the fun a lot. Like, your pilgrim outfit, like the whole poultry pilgrim outfit was just like it was so funny. Like, I get like maybe in comparison to everything else that was there that night, like it might have been a little bit different, but I think it's still very iconic. Where do you even get that chicken, girl? That was crazy.
We do have some freedom sometimes. And we do go grocery to get foods, and so we had to go get because Leoharia got to get her cake.
Oh, okay.
So we had little helps. The assistants did help, but like for me, bitch, I don't know. I thought you could get turkey slices, turkey legs, but I wanted a whole turkey, so I had to go get a whole chicken because when I asked around, they were like, "No, ma'am," and I was like, "Well, you know what? This is what I have, and this is my idea because like I thought it was different. I was thinking of trying to sing outside the box. I think I went and made it into the cube
Oh
that
yeah.
Cynthia always says.
Yeah, no, that's so funny. No, I think it was just like it was just so hilarious and campy, like just how you kind of described your own drag. Like, yeah, I didn't have a turkey, but you get the same idea with the chicken, even though like
Yeah.
the chicken and turkey are like two different sizes. It was just, I think that just adds to the funniness of it personally.
Yeah, and for me, the concept was, never eat someone else's preparation food because you never know what's gonna
Ugh.
do. And I kind of wanted to bring it into the history because I didn't know what holidays horror is. It's a new challenge, and now that I've experienced it, I could be like, oh, maybe I could focus and be more monster or more of a be the turkey with like the pilgrim pee, or
Yeah.
something and stuff. Like
And you're from
you learn.
and you're one of the first Peruvian drag monsters on Dragula too.
Yes, Peruvian and DC, bitch,
DC.
represent.
Yeah, doesn't I don't know too much about the culture in Peru, but is there any specific holidays that you guys celebrate? Because I would do, because I'm Saudi myself, I would have done something like Muslim and get canceled after with the
You,
Muslim
you know,
community.
I don't think we have like a crazy Christian because it's very like Christiany or whatever over there. So like I know the one thing that we do is we throw water balloons during February at each other. Like we like gang up and throw your family or your friends. I forget what it's called, but it's like this water festival in February. I remember because in February is summer, and then when I came to America, bitch, it was winter. So that fucked up my whole birthday.
Oh
You
dang.
know, But we also celebrate New Year's.
Mhm.
You get a whole entire stuffed man, all of your old clothes, and then you burn it outside the street. So you see
Oh.
all these burning men of old clothes. It's like burning the old from the new year. So that's something else that we kind of celebrate, but I don't really remember
Mhm. Well, there you
like
go.
specific days.
That's your Titans look. If they do another holiday of horrors, you just this is New Year's and just burn shit on fire on the stage.
Burning Man. Yeah. I also had another concert too for Christmas, but we all thought that Christmas was gonna be done.
Nah. Well, I think I would have thought Halloween. I mean, Auntie did Halloween, but a lot of people, I thought Halloween would be a common theme, but I think Halloween would be way too easy.
Yeah, and Auntie also threw away her dress. So like I was kind of thinking of like, well, these costumes are hard to make and you get blood and stain all over it, and then you can't sometimes overuse it. So she threw away her dress. I still have my Cinderella costume over there.
Okay, that's good to hear. I
You
have
know.
my friend Acacia Forgot from Drag Race. Like I always see her selling all her stuff, like from Drag Race. You got to make the money, you got to pay the bills somehow,
And
especially if you drink
sometimes
much.
that closet snaps, bitch.
Oh, no, that's happened before. I think it happened with one of my friends. They had one of those like flimsy railings, probably from Temu or Amazon, and all their drag just. Oh no, that. It wasn't a drag queen. It was my mom. She had a bunch of clothes and shit, and it like just fell apart.
See that mom craziness. She be
Ex
shopping. Are you a shopaholic too?
Ugh, I'm very bad shopaholic. I just buy shit all the time, and like look at like this stuff right here. All
I
these
was about to
frame.
say.
Yeah, I spend too much money I don't have.
I love it though. You have all these beautiful, was it signatures and shit, like and posters. You got a cute
Yeah,
little decorated room.
yeah, I need more Dragula people. I am gonna go to the tour, so I will have some more Dragula prints. But I do have my little. I don't know if you can see them, but you can kind of see the
The
blurriness,
bookies.
the bookies right there.
Hey.
The boublés is like I like to call them. But
The Blades are really fun to see around. It was funny, when getting accepted and seeing them finally, it was kind of like because you only get to see them for like 5 seconds, but on the show, it was nice seeing them longer and getting to know them more. So it's
yeah.
kind of fun to be part of that family now.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The Boulets, I only spoke to them one time, but I get to see them when they stop in Seattle, coming up. So that will be very exciting. Um, you're from Peru. Tell me about how you came to the United States because I find that very interesting as someone who also I wasn't born in Saudi Arabia, but I was raised there. My father's Saudi, so I'm always fascinated by how people come to the States.
Yes, it's kind of like a reverse card, right? So like I told the story there, but they didn't make the whole thing, which that's what I want Dragula to do is show more of us. And the thing in the story in me was that I was born here, but my mom and dad were kind of having like relationship issues, cheating issues, green card things, whatever. And my mom found my dad, doing the nasty with someone else. And so then like she was a solo mother, with the green card and like baby, and the focus is on work. And sometimes like you have, and so apparently I had a stepsister who lives in Peru. She was like older, had two kids, and I just magically showed up there. I was like sent there on the airplane at 6 months old. And my sister told, I get little bits and pieces from people, and my sister was like, you just showed up there, and then your mom called and said, hey, surprise, your brother is right there.
Oh yeah.
And to go take care of him. And she did for 10 years. And I lived in Peru for 10 years, and I literally thought my stepsister was my mom, my niece and my nephew were my brother and sister. I thought my grandma was my mom. Like that weird shit right there.
Mhm. Oh, that's so fascinating. I think you would really love Papusa's episode. She's not from Peru, but she's from El Salvador, and it's not
Mhm.
exactly a similar story, but it just your story kind of remind me of her. She went to El Salvador, if I recall correctly, every summer to go with her grandma, and like your story kind of matches just a little bit, except you stayed with your stepsister for 10 years.
And that's like some of the story with immigrant kids and things coming in and out, or like you never know. Like a parent who's immigrant who came here struggling has to send back the kid to just like make sure when I come back. I came back afterwards, and she had an apartment and she had a car. Like she had two jobs. So like there's no beef with my mom. I know she was always supportive. I don't with like financial stuff, but she never understood the queerness of me. And she was a little, you know, but I know for sure she worked really hard to bring me here to take care of me. And I still see her as a mom, but I see my sister more as a mother because she's still in my life, you know.
Okay, is she still in Peru?
My no, my sister and my mom's. I say mom's sister. I'm gonna say mom's sister because bitch, it
Okay.
gets confusing because I call both of them mom. But my mom's sister is actually living in Florida now because they all got married or kids got married and they brought them over there. So, because they were waiting for my mom to bring them here, but she never did. Bitch drama. My whole life is a telenovela.
Yeah, no, that's how I feel about my family. I think that's just the immigrant slash, foreign kids life. My story is my parents met in Seattle. I was born in Seattle, but then both of my parents were like, oh, Saeed, that's my legal name, and his siblings, they should know a lot more where they come from, their culture, because we're Saudi. And we moved to Saudi Arabia, and then very nasty divorce when I was around 13. And then I ended up being stuck in Saudi Arabia in custody with my father. And then I moved to the States to live with my mom for college back in 2013. And I'm still here. I graduated college and I'm trying to figure out how to move to Seattle. So, yeah, it's a whole, like, without getting too into it, because that's like
No,
five
I
and
get that. I mean, and that shit impacts people. I
Mhm.
also I am a preschool teacher, so I worked in childhood development and ASL and stuff. So I know how like I also did it to understand my trauma in a
Okay.
way, because like things like that help, and it kind of like affected a lot of the shit that we do. But it's also a good cultural impact. But we get to learn about so many about who you really are in your own country.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm a proud Arab American. That's what I always say. And I'm proud, like, especially as a drag queen, even though I'm not in drag right now, and I'm not usually am on the podcast, but I'm glad to be that representation for other queer Saudis. And I was out in drag in Seattle Pride, and I ran into a lot of queer Arabs who, when they figured out I was Saudi, they were very excited. They'd never seen anything like me before.
Yeah, see, and you need that one bitch to just like motivate everyone to come out, and it takes that one person. Look at you, you're doing little things. Sometimes you can't tell, but
Hmm.
little by little, bitch. How have you been doing drag?
A little over a year, actually.
See, I'm
Hmm.
doing 10 years, and it took me 11, I think. So
Hmm.
like I said in the show for your heart, you got to pay your dues.
No, yeah, it'll take time for sure. I'm
Yeah.
glad that I have the podcast to experiment a little bit more in drag. I want to be like, not the Delta, like, I don't want to compare myself to Delta work, but like, I want to be like the gay Maddie Morphosis of drag and just be in drag and interview people all day. I just,
Yeah, I mean, and I think your podcast also intrigued me because you're curious about other people's drag. You're curious about other people's life,
mm-hmm.
and it's not just the show, but I really like the podcast because I got to see other and hear other people's stories,
Yeah.
So yeah, no, you're doing the work, bitch. Work it
Thank
up.
you. Yeah. Well, it was actually a good segue because you mentioned the being a preschool teacher, which we didn't get to
Mhm.
know about on Dragula. I don't know if you talked about it and it got cut out. I'm very curious. We never had a teacher in drag before on the show. Um, what's that like? Because I like just seeing everything that's going on in the world. And I actually know a drag king who lost his job recently. And like, I think he worked with elementary or middle schoolers. And he lost his job when they figured out that he was a drag king and did drag, even in Seattle, Washington. So have you faced any adversity or like, have you been supported doing drag and being a teacher?
So before Dragula, I had this school, but like it was really cute, and then they got sold by a company, and then they like changed this whole entire stuff with like you had to work summers, no winters, and instead of contracts, it was hourly. And I kind of like they didn't care about the drag, but I think they just cared about like the money and education's kind of changing now. It's kind of becoming more of a company than pre-public or whatever. So that kind of like made me a step away, and I had like this sign to come into the show, and I did it and all that stuff. But now I miss it. It was fun to kind of like just see how the little world is, and it has been kind of interesting because we do have to talk about ICE and people coming around or making sure we don't let anyone in. And I did have one little student whose mother didn't want to bring the kid to the school anymore because they're afraid. So like, and this kid is, 4 or 5.
Hmm.
So like it impacts families, impacts kids. And but like for me, I'm just there to like give them a role model, be the silly teacher. It's actually kind of interesting because a lot of people might think, oh, she's that crazy, chicken bitch, blah, blah. But actually outside of drag, I'm a little more calm. I think I
Hmm.
have the introvert extrovert personality, ADHD thing. So, but I get to be a little silly with the kids because I think they don't judge. So I get to talk to them nicely. But bitch, I can't deal with adults.
Hmm. No, yeah, for sure. I think it's something about the makeup and the wig. It just makes you go crazy.
Mhm.
Like I think that's so fascinating because like I'm kind of like you. I'm a little bit more quiet, reserved when I'm not in this podcasting, when I'm in like when I'm at my actual job, I do surgery scheduling. I'm a little bit more reserved, focusing on scheduling and that's it. And then I come home and just lay on this bed right here and just watch TV. But like when I'm in drag, I'm like okay, sis. Like I'm like just in a different. I'm Thumali in that moment. You know what I mean? Um, and especially like it's good to have like that interaction with the kids too, because like being energetic, being caring about, especially at that young age, like you said, they don't judge.
Mhm.
I used to work with teenagers at a queer youth center, and they judged a lot.
Oh
They.
yeah, my partner's the high school teacher. They can't deal, so I
Hmm.
get it. At least with me, it's like silly, silly. Go away. Go somewhere else.
Hmm. Yeah, I it's very interesting, kids. How long have you been a teacher?
I've been doing it for 6 years. I did take a break because of the Dragula, but I started with ASL because I fell in love with this cute little deaf boy, and then
Hmm.
I wanted to learn ASL, and then after ASL, I learned about like childhood development, and then I met my partner who was a teacher, and he was like, "Be a teacher." And
Hmm.
I like kind of like it's like it beats sitting in an office.
Oh
So,
yeah.
and you get your summers and your winters.
Yeah. All right. Like you just started school probably recently. Is that correct?
Yeah, and teachers don't get treated well or paid well, whatever. But at the end of the day, to be honest, I don't really care. Like I've had a hard life where I am happy with the pay that we have. If I have to do the crafty stuff, that's what I'm a drag queen. That's what
Hmm.
the skills comes from.
Yeah. And do the staff that you work with know that you do drag?
The other school they didn't care about that. This one, it just started this year, so I'm like, I like to keep it quiet for a bit because I like enjoying being out of drag a little bit because drag can take so much of your world, and sometimes you
Hmm.
can when you're Desiree doing in drag, you can kind of lose yourself a little bit. You can look at your phone and be like, damn, there's a lot of pictures of me in drag. Where the fuck is me out of drag?
Hmm. What is something that you like to do to disconnect from Desiree Dick, Dick a little bit?
I like to play some video games, smoke some greens. I have two little cute dogs. And I just like to just chill. I'm a very chill. People think I might be crazy. I'm kind of chill outside. Like I know some people were like, I read the Reddits and stuff. They'd be like, oh, she crazy. She must have been on some and DJ. No, actually, I'm just very emotional. That's
Yeah.
it. I care. But
Yeah.
no, yeah, I just like to chill and like cuddle and like be with my dogs and watch a movie.
I love that. What video games are you playing?
So I play Dead by Daylight. I play Fortnite. I just really got Mario Jamboree. I am not playing it for no Switch 2. I got not the money, so I'm gonna keep it with the original.
That's fair.
And I play. I got for some reason I got like really high, and then I bought Nicktoons Brawl 3 or something. And so I'm like, because I'm a big Nickelodeon, old 80s cartoon fan. So I was like, let's do this. Let's fight.
Yeah, you don't need the Switch 2 right now. As someone who has the
Yeah.
Switch 2, I love it. I enjoy it. It's definitely something I've been waiting for, but it's not something I would recommend right away. You're not missing out too much. I mean, the new Donkey Kong game is really good.
That's what I heard. That's what I heard. I used to also play League of Legends and do all like the computer stuff, but like
Mhm.
carrying a whole PC around when you move at the age of 20 is not it.
No, that's fair. That's fair. So you're just playing Switch. Does your partner play video games at all?
Yeah, but he's more Final Fantasy X, the X's and I's
Okay,
and all. There's like what, 20 of them or whatever. And he's
exactly.
more of a Zelda guy. I'm more like action. I like Zelda too, but like action and crazy and fun and random stuff.
Yeah. Well, did it? how hurt were you to know that there was a Dead by Daylight challenge like later on?
Oh, wait, no, first, oh, yes, yeah. Oh my God, I pissed myself
Hmm.
because I actually do play the game.
Hmm.
And when I was kind of making that look, I was kind of like looking at the game to see like inspirations of how I can like make monsters. Because like when they get when we got to like I don't know, if we got to know how to when we were there making it, I was like, Dave, I don't know how to like. I don't know how to
NDA.
go around NDAs, bitch, but you know, when we were making it, I was like, you know, what do I do and how can I put this together? And I didn't want to be the typical Latina girl who did like La Llorona, you know, or something. And I looked at people, myth people in Virginia and DC, we got none. So I
Uh,
was like, I'm gonna go the Peruvian Chuachaki, and I kind of liked it.
okay, what is that? A Peruvian Chuachaki?
So the Chewchak is like this elf that protects the rainforest from like intruders, and if you're bad or destroyed, they like turn into another like your friend or whatever, and they'll try to like intrigue you to the woods and get you lost in the forest, and then like
Oh.
you'll die in the forest or he'll kill you. But if you do escape, he ends up like traveling into your dreams and like making you go crazy and stuff like that. It was like a little thing back in the day when I was a kid. My sister mom used to like just tell me stories to like keep me quiet and like behave because I was a rowdy kid as a child.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. You kind of put that childhoodness into your drag too. Like that's fascinating.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I've always been a crazy kid, so I can. And my sister had a handful for sure, but I think it was a good chaotic costume to put you a Chucky because like I don't you don't get to learn a lot about people and culture sometimes in Dragula.
Hmm. Oh yeah. I mean, that's good that you brought. Well, I was gonna say that's good that you brought that representation, but we never actually did see it, unfortunately.
I don't,
But
and the one that I did bring put me in the bottom too. So, anyways.
yeah. No, I agree. I hope this coming, well, it's Titans right now, but I don't know when season seven's supposed to come out, but I hope whoever is on that show, we get to see some really cool stuff.
And, you know, the show's upgrading every single time, and I think that's the concept that I understand. I was like, when they were like, "You're very season one, season two," and I was like, "Oh, it's because the budget's bigger and everything's crazier." And like, I also don't want it to turn into like $10,000 costumes like Drag Race, and Dragula is like that. But also at the same time, I was like, first episode was big, second episode was too big with the performance, but third episode was too small because it was too big, and I was like, I'm confused, bitch. Okay, I
Yeah.
need a translator.
Oh no, certainly. Um, Going back into your Peruvian culture, what was it like being queer and Peruvian? Because as I can tell you as an Arab, it's very challenging.
You know, I did go used to go to, I remember going to church schools and stuff like that, so very all that. But when I came here, um, I didn't know any English, so like I was kind of just like browsing, and people used to just like tell me who I was. People used I kind of was bullied. I was like, I used to be called GIG, boy name is gay, and you know, at the bus and all this stuff. And I think a lot of that's a lot of my emotions and like fighting for myself because I didn't know how to speak
Mhm.
was kind of hard, and kind of like going home and then talking to Spanish, and my mom and dad don't really know English very well either, so it's kind of like I had to be the one figuring everything out. So I had to record the telenovelas on TV or whatever, the BHS, and just stay at home, watch the telenovelas, and wait until my mom comes home at 9 p.m.
Mhm. Yeah, that's how I felt in Saudi Arabia. Because like when we moved there, I didn't know any Arabic, and so I was also in that like in a lot of fights because like there was always like this language barrier, like this isolation of like, you know, trying to understand and trying to be a part of things, but not really understanding the culture. It didn't help that when I when I came back home, I was very westernized, and I was around my mother a lot, who's from Spokane, Washington, and
Ah.
so I was introduced to a lot of the American culture, but not the Arabic culture too much. So when she left, I think, and as I got a little bit older, I started knowing that language just by happenstance. I mean, a lot of my grade school, it was Arabic. All of it was only in Arabic. So I did all my studying in Arabic. And that's one way to learn a language. And I don't think I learned it even that well. Like nowadays, I'm very Western. if that's the right word. Like the
Like
way
the accent in there.
there's an I have an English accent in my Arabic. I don't think in Arabic. I haven't spoken to really in Arabic a lot, so she's going, but I'm like one of those people that like I can understand what someone's saying in Arabic and I can write in Arabic. But speaking can be hard sometimes.
And I get that too because like when you're in America and you're talking English, you tend to like that's why you gotta practice with other people with your language because you tend to forget a little bit. Like and sometimes I feel like my Spanglish is a little weird too. So,
Hmm.
it's hard. And I don't and as an alternative performer, I don't perform a lot of Latin songs. I'm over here trying to be alternative and everything. So I do like the Latin pretty drag, but I do it my own way. But it's not always, 100%. So it's kind of hard to balance all that out with your heritage and drag and who you are.
Yeah. Is there a big Latin uh what was I saying? Yeah, a Latin alternative scene.
No, I mean, I think I'm the only Latino alternative. There's actually some just like really glamorous leotard, pretty hair. I can't do that because I have a butt chin, and if I wear long, pretty hair, I just look,
What girl?
like the Crimson Chin.
What butt chin girl? I don't see it. Maybe it's
Oh,
not
girl,
on the camera. It's
it's
not
because
there.
I blended.
Oh, that's fair. No, I've seen the butt chin before. I think yours is not really that noticeable.
Um, Thank you.
Yeah.
I feel like I have more a square face though, so I think the campy and the big hair works more than like the flat hair leotard, pretty like
Mhm.
gown. But
Yeah.
I would love. Sometimes I can get a little puss, so we'll see.
Yeah. Tell me about the outfit right now. Like, what was the inspiration? Because you said you were going to go out and drag tonight. So,
Oh, so this outfit I was making a while. So like I had a bunch of fabric that I bought for Dragula, and I had a lot of things that I was just like inspired by. This kind of like a Yohaya Disaster Vina meets anti-heroine and Desiree Dik all combined, you know.
mhm.
And I had this fabric that hurts your eyes because like the way you move and the skirt, look at that shit. It's like look.
Oh yeah.
And so like I just wanted to like create something fun, and like I said, there's the point of it, but also the alternative of it. And so it's kind of like neon stuff. And I also like to do is make costumes where if I can wear a mask or a headpiece, I can paint like a monster. So my
Oh.
looks are basically like, oh, she'd be pretty, but if I can change my hair, make sure your outfits are versatile, okay?
No, yeah. No, I definitely see that. I really love that outfit. I was just saying earlier, those boobs can like poke your eye out if you get too close.
Right, bitch. When I was in the Dragula tour, I was just hitting everyone in the head. I
Mhm.
was, so it was kind of nice. And also, I match Auntie, so
Yeah, that's I mean like that's easy to do. I mean like if you know Auntie, she's always wearing something green.
right.
Yeah. Tell me about the tour. Because I am going to go be on, well, I'm not going to be in the tour, but I'm going to be going to the tour in Seattle in a few weeks, as of recording anyway. So how did you like it?
I love it. I mean, I've gone to all of them. If you go, I've gone to everyone to the every tour. I don't have approval going to the season 5 one because we have to be incognito once you get on the show and you go on the tour, and all that stuff.
Mhm.
But I did get to see every show. I don't miss all of them. I also have like I still have the candy corn from Dolly. I have Neil Huru's panties. Like I'm a big Dragula fan as well, and I love the show. I just very sad that I didn't have enough spots to put people in or whatever. I
Mhm.
don't know what the math behind it, but I am also very thankful for Auntie. Auntie has been such an amazing person that I met in Dragula. It didn't make the cut, but I did say it on episode 3 that she was the heart of Dragula, and she's a really good person to like. She gave basically is giving a minute or 30 seconds to be like, "Hey, come on stage, do your thing, perform." We made, she's sharing the spotlight, which I've not a lot of Dragula goals I could say I've
Mhm.
ever done so far that I've seen.
Yeah, it seemed like following her social media, it seemed like she was really sharing the space for the other Dragula monsters that, didn't get a chance to tour. She just recently had Severity Stone, who, like that one, no offense to Severity, I'm sure she's very amazing, wonderful person, but because she left so early, I always kind of forget about her. Like we always kind of forget about with Dragula, like the first out and stuff like that. So it was really cool to see Auntie bring up Severity, and then you, and then I think she also brought Aurora Gosmic. I don't know if it was in her number. I can't remember. um,
Yeah, the Boulet. I am a spy. The Boulets brought her up. Scylla performed, and hopefully Vivi will, also perform as well.
oh yeah, sorry. Could you repeat that? I didn't. My headset fell out.
Mock functions.
Yeah.
Um, I said, I think the Boulets brought Aurora up to stage. Scylla performed, and I think hopefully Vivi will get to also join Auntie as well. So everyone will
Lovely.
get to a little spotlight thanks to Auntie. But it was great seeing Gray and Asia and Pi. But it was really nice to just I don't know. It's like one day maybe I'll be get to get on a tour because that would be something fun to just see the fans.
Yeah, Titans 3. Let's do it.
Okay, so this is my math though. What makes eight Titans? Because like. All I did is throw a chicken. So like, what makes the Titans quality? Are we gonna go back to like how Drag Race just books all the bitches who are just like,
Girl, don't say that about yourself.
no,
You're
but this,
sickening.
no. I want to say is Boulets put me on more projects so I can get more
Mhm.
wins, and
I,
then I'll
mhm.
go back to the Titans. I don't
Well,
know.
I think I genuinely think you and Scylla like really just brought the drama, like the intensity that a lot of people usually look for when it comes to reality television. And I am just curious to have you, Scylla, Aurora, I don't know who else, but like just kind of like go round two, and just like bring up like all like at that point it would have been years ago, but like I kind of want to just see you guys again and see how you guys are going to interact with each other on a Titan season. I think like you just brought the television that the Boulets is always talking about, and I kind of regret. I bet they regret not having a reunion because I think there could have been a lot of stuff on the reunion.
I think so too. The reunion would have been so spicy and crazy. I don't know how crazy they would have ended everything out, but it would have been really crazy because me and Auntie would have been.
Hmm. Yeah, exactly. No, but you guys you're sickening though. Don't say like
Oh, thank you.
you're not Dragula some stars.
No, I know, but I just want to make sure, the Blaze be like, put me in more projects. Make me the Kendra Onyx, use
Mhm.
me.
Exactly. Speaking of Vivi, the Force, you guys are on tour together, right? As of recording right now, you've been taking around town, touring together. Like it's not like a world tour, but like you've been doing shows together. What inspired that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, so I had like I have this show called Oddball, and I always used to bring the Dragula girls. I brought Coco, Astrid, Abora. Like, Dragula has never been as yeah, like I said, it's not as popular, and so like it's hard to get the girls or like people to get to know. And since I was a big fan, I was like, I want to bring them, so I used my teacher money to bring all these bitches, and so it's just kind of nice now being part of the world. So me and the other goals can kind of work together to DC to get enjoy them. I brought Asia, I brought Gray. I brought Auntie for my birthday. Vivi's next. I know Scylla. We're gonna have a Dick Scylla tour. I'm gonna get some berries so we can get a Stone Dick tour.
I
So
love it.
because I also want to be like Auntie and give other people like if I could just show you my DC area, this is what I could just give you and make you feel like a star in my city. Come enjoy, and I want everyone to meet the people who I really like and
I
met
love
and
it.
made an impact in my life. That's the person I am, bitch. You loyal to me, I loyal to you.
I love that. I love that, like, especially since the DMV in general, like it's so there's a lot of cool drag in that area, like DC, what was the other one? Maryland,
And
um,
we have Baltimore, Divine
Baltimore.
up there. King Molasses won King of Drag.
Yeah.
We have Tatiana. We have Crimson from Painted with Raven. We have myself. We have New York from Camp With Kiki season 6. We have bitches, bitch.
Hmm. Yeah, you also
Yeah.
have I was talking about it, Miss Chris Rose is a friend of mine. She's also in the DMV
Oh,
area.
yes. She did drag duels.
Yes, drag duels,
See,
yeah.
I know everything, bitch. They
Yeah.
go.
But you also know what's her name? God. Washington. Is it like I
Washington
can't
Heights.
Yes, Washington Heights. It's
Yeah.
always funny with Washington Heights. I always bring her up because her father was New Jack from ECW, which was it's kind of crazy that there's a like one of the most prominent drag queens in DC, Washington Heights. Her dad is is one of the most infamous wrestlers of all time.
Isn't that crazy? And then she
Mhm.
used to do like wrestling drag parties, and I don't know, like it's a cool story that she had as well.
Yeah, and her dad's in the new game too.
Really, I didn't
Yeah,
know that.
yeah. As DLC, you can on WWE 2K25, you can play as Washington Heights' dad, which is
See,
crazy
look
to
at
think about.
that.
Hmm. That must be crazy to think about. But anyway, I'm excited to see Vivi. She's going to be coming to Seattle during the Dragula tour for the after party that Miss Mimi Gina is hosting. And I thought maybe,
Yeah, she's sadly not gonna be in the LA one because she's gonna be here, but she's gonna make it up there finally.
yeah. Have you ever been to Seattle? You should come.
No, Asian says that she wants to. She might have a little project show over there. I don't know if I'm spilling too much, but she wants to like bring me for something because I brought her as well. And so she's like, "Oh, we had a really good friendship at the show too. They didn't show it, but I was like, why did Pi get the alliance when me and Asia were also like
Yeah,
alliance friendly? I was like her little bark dog.
yeah. What would your name be? Because Asia and Pi are Pi Asia.
Date Dick Asia. I don't fucking know. Dick
Yeah,
consent.
yeah.
It
Consent
wouldn't
Dick.
work. I know
Yeah,
consent dick.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be funny though. I think you would really love Seattle. It has a really good alternative scene here.
I heard it's nasty. I think I could do a lot of my nasty numbers here because like DC, they have a limited of things that you can kind of do. So that's why like I'm filthy, but like I'm also like I have to do this because you gotta balance it out,
Mhm.
gotta make the money.
Oh no, certainly. And other projects that you've been doing, you haven't done it in a bit because you only did season 5, but you did Dragula shows, like not shows, but like review shows on your YouTube channel. What made you
Yeah.
stop? Was it just a lot of work?
A little bit. Sometimes it's kind of like YouTube is hard, social media is hard, and like, you know, I had the courage and I did the whole thing, but also it's kind of like hard to come up with ideas and edit and be yourself. And drag doesn't pay for everything. So like when I was just doing full drag, my teacher job used to pay for the video, some videos that I had editing before. But sometimes I edit my own things and that takes forever because I wanted to look perfect. And I don't also I'm kind of like a granny. I don't know how to perfectly shape. Like when I saw your podcast, I was like, oh bitch, you got the little background. I can't do that. So
Yeah,
that's why I was like, I want to join your team because, bitch, I want to get interviewed because you were
yeah.
doing it because all I got is a rim light and a pink
Yeah,
wall, bitch.
girl, it's just me. Like, there's no team, there's no money that this show makes. It's this. It's funny because I've been doing the show for 5 years. You wouldn't tell because of the episodes, but like the show used to be a whole different setup, and someone locally wanted to interview me about the show and like what I was doing at the time for a magazine. It was not to brag, but it was a two spread. It was
It's
like, yeah,
good.
that was very nice. But um, they were like, "Where do you film? Like, where's your studio?" And I was like, "This is my
My
studio."
house, bitch. My
It's not
room.
even, it's not my house, my bedroom. So the arrangement was different, but like basically I was sitting showing him how I was recording the podcast, and he would listen to me like record something, and he was just sitting there in the corner of my bedroom like, a cuck. Like watching me do my shit, and I just thought it was so funny. Oh, the other thing is like just being a bedroom queen and doing everything by myself. I was like promoting um like myself as a drag queen and as like someone who does the show producing to one of the like this area that for the local hotel or whatever that they were doing like a drag brunch and all that. And when I told him I was a drag queen there, he was like, "Oh, where do you perform?" And I said, "Well, I'm a bedroom queen right now." And he was like, "Oh, where's bedroom?" Like as if
The
I was like,
bar, bedroom, yeah.
yeah, bedroom, the bar. I was like, girl, no, I have not performed yet. And nah, that's it's funny, but it took a long time to
And you can
figure
see
out
the
the look.
passion.
Yeah,
I can
it's
see the passion. I used to be a YouTuber too out of drag back in the day because it was back in okay, so back in the day, you know how like YouTube used to have like the 5 collab gay people
oh
or
yeah,
whatever.
I
So
did
I
one of
I
those.
tried doing that. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. I tried doing I was one of like I think I had like I was a theater kid. I did ballet, I did contemporary. Like I went to school for a lot of the different things, even though like they made it out to be like I was a bad performer. But I did the YouTube stuff too, and with drag, I think it gave me that actual like step. But it's like I said, it's hard, and social media is just hard to keep up with all the trends and do this and that. And bitch, I got bills to pay.
Exactly. I think for me, it's like once you find your niche when it comes to like whether it's a podcast or whatever, like it's so much easier to just like get in a groove. Because like that's me.
Yeah.
And whenever I get bored, I always change things.
Yeah, I mean, I used to had a podcast called Airbnb. I used to host it with Bombalicious at Club R, and I used to edit and post everything. I also, I mean, like the YouTube toughs too, and I mean, like I like doing the Dragula reviews too. But also coming back from Dragula, there was some negative comments and things. So sometimes I was kind of like, well, do people really want to watch me? Because like there were some
Mhm.
people who were like, oh, I don't like the way she is. She's annoying. I'm like, it's not my fault. The Boulets like everything I said, so they put her on the show. Like blame them. But
Yeah.
it also kind of impacts a little bit after the show, your mental health a little bit because I feel like a lot of people didn't like me or didn't want to see me. So I did have one video up, but then I was just like, I don't know if people were like, is this a thing? So it's kind of hard to find your thing sometimes when you come out of like a big monster like that sometimes if you didn't do very well.
Yeah, I think the problem, like people who watch these types of shows, is like the person that you see on TV is different than the person that you see in real life. Like, yeah, you had all these beefs with everybody on the show, and like if you took it within the context of like the show specifically, yeah, the Desiree Dick is, like everybody hates that bitch, but
But think about it. I literally
yeah,
pick off everyone's storyline. I was
exactly.
like, Yoharia, pay your dues, storyline.
Mhm.
Majesty, you shouldn't come. Everyone was like, oh, I'm so glad you're back. I'm like, where's the conflict here? What are we
Yeah.
doing here? Like me and Vivi had a fight too, but they
Hmm.
didn't show it. Like the first episode, because Vivi and Majesty said that me and Scylla should have gone are the ones who are gonna go home first.
Hmm.
And there was this funny because I looked at Scylla and I said, "Oh, I guess they hate short people."
Oh,
And I thought it was a funny joke, but it didn't make it in.
yeah.
So like, and that's why you see me going like, back up, Majesty. So things happened, things were
Hmm.
edited out. So they made it out like I went for everyone, but also people came for me,
Hmm.
and I just like spit it out, and they pick what it's editing. It was bitch. We went from 6 a.m. to 11, 12 p.m. filming all
That's crazy.
day.
That's
So
crazy.
they put what they put.
Exactly. Well, I was gonna say also, like outside the show, everybody loves you. Like from what I heard, like and what I've researched, like everyone from the show really enjoys your company. I mean, so far for me, I think you're definitely like I didn't think like the opposite like on the show. Like I had that mindset of like, oh, it's a TV show, she's making TV, but you're way nicer than I thought you were going to be like in this podcast. And I didn't come into this thinking like you were going to be awful, like I was like, oh
Yeah.
wow, she really like she's genuinely super nice, like asking me questions, like motivating me and stuff. Like I really love that a lot. So like I that's what the show's about too. It's about highlighting people outside of what you know them from,
That
whether
one
it's like
perspective.
yeah, that
Yeah.
one perspective. Yeah, especially you have this hour long and it's about you.
No, and I appreciate it, and that's why I was excited because I did feel like a lot of the stories wasn't told because I did say I gave them everything. I gave from drama to my backstory to trying to have conversations and things going because when you're filming, they're like, okay, so what are we doing? And I'm like, oh, okay, well, fuck you, like, but there was other things like we talked about support, like local drag dying, because I always like to say support local drag or we die, even though I was on TV, because that's how it is. It's a cycle. And that didn't make it on. I also, when I painted on episode 3, I talked about supporting kings and stuff. That didn't make it on. So there's like little things. And I think a lot of the people tend to see like the funness. And like the Blaze said I was nice too, but like sometimes nice doesn't really make good TV or
Hmm.
brings the drama, especially if there's no drama around.
Exactly. Now, I will say I appreciate the drama, Desiree. Like you are very,
Thank
very much
you.
fun to watch. Before we end the show and get to the like the after show, what's
Yeah.
one I have like two questions maybe to ask you. What's one thing that you want people to know about you that you feel like you get misunderstood on?
I think like the crazy dramatic people that I feel like are always like the sweetest and like they're scared sometimes, and I think the persona kind of helps them be more free. And I want everyone to understand that it's just TV, and that everyone who, even though we signed up for it, we're still human, and after we get out of it, a lot of shit happens in our lives. So, just be nice to the future people, and no matter what show it is.
Mhm.
Because I'm like you can see I can be a nice person unless
Yeah,
you fuck with me.
yeah, exactly. um, was it really hard to read those comments from people? Like,
Yeah, I got some messages and I get it, but there was more in the culture than there was said. I also like if I talked about, I'm like I said, I was in an abusive home, blah blah blah, this and this. I also went through what you went, but like if I just went, I also, either way, my character just makes it out to be too much and too chaotic or too interrupted. So,
Mhm,
throwing a chicken wasn't like the best choice, but people tend to, I get it. There's people who reflected on that idea. If someone went through that and someone interrupted, yes, I'm gonna be mad at that person. But
mhm.
there was more than what it was seen as well. So
Yeah,
that's all I can, just be nice. I don't know. I make
yeah,
good TV. Just be happy
yeah.
with that.
No, yeah. I think in the zeitgeist of Dragula, like you'll always be the poultry queen. Like throwing that. I don't think anyone on any reality television show has ever thrown a chicken. So you get to claim that.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't think so. Sometimes you gotta kind of do it. I
Hmm.
was like, and that's the thing I learned from Willem too. I know they got drama around, but like one thing he said about, when he made an impact, like if it's your last time,
Hmm.
make it worth it. And I guess I was just so emotional. I just said, "Fuck this
Hmm.
chicken."
Yeah. Tell me about
But
oh, sorry, go ahead.
oh no, but oh no, but the chicken was just smelly and crazy that it didn't hit anything. So and I think that's also why everyone was nice to me and likes me because the drama is different than what everyone sees. So even though I'm likable, and I threw a chicken.
Hmm. Exactly. What I was gonna say, I forgot actually.
Sorry.
No, it's gone now. No. Oh, dang. Now I really forgot it. What was I gonna say next? Give me a minute. Mm, yeah, I think it was. Yeah, the chicken was iconic. That's it. Yeah,
Yeah, no one
I,
threw a chicken. Yeah.
yeah. No one's ever thrown a chicken before. Like I think that's fascinating too, putting into perspective like your own trauma and stuff like that. I think that's very
Mhm.
mature. Like trying not to get like too angry at people, even though I think it's crazy that people go to people's account and say nasty shit about stuff they
And it
don't know. That's
happens,
yeah.
but you have to realize, we're going through it. I also this impacts like, like other relationships and things in your life, going to therapy, and it impacts a lot of like I achieved my dream, but I failed and everyone and it's on a blueprint and just
Hmm.
I don't know, like I got a lot of threads and things and stuff and that kind of really, like they said, the phone can be kind of dangerous. So just enjoy the show. I
Yeah.
was never one of the fans, even though I'm a big fan, I never like messaged JK and said, "You drag sucks." I just did it in person. No, I was kidding. No, I love JK though. But yeah, you know what I mean?
No, I know what you mean. Um, what, where do you want your drag to go in the next 5 years?
I don't think I have anything to complain about my drag. I like the drag that I serve and stuff. Like if I'm on TV now, I understand I have to waste so much money and buy designers and not make it myself. But like I'm happy with what I'm doing. I think I'm working on my community. I'm always just like I'm the person who gives everyone else their own step and what to do and give them a stage and that's all I want to do. That's what I'm gonna be remembered by. And I already did an impact. She's the bitch who threw a chicken on to reality TV, and she's a nice person who does things in the community. And
Yeah.
that's all. I
Yeah.
think I don't need to go anywhere else. I like the drag, even though it's not $100,000 million. It's still
Mhm.
the fun drag that a lot of local girls can be like,
Mhm. Yeah, I guess maybe what I meant by that is like, do you have any goals? Like something maybe
oh,
like you still
girls.
want to like, yeah, like if you want to achieve, is there something that you want to achieve in the next 5 years that you're like, because
um,
like Dragula was like such a big thing for you, especially being a fan of it over the years, and you're on it. I mean, like the next thing would be Titans, but like that's another story for another time.
and well,
But
that's what I'm saying. It's hard to pick after you did your dream. So it's kind of like maybe like buy a house and stuff. That's what I'm saying, focusing. But at our drag is like I've already hosted night shows, done brunches, sold out places, performed. I've traveled, went on the show, like did every look that I could, posted them. What else I could do with drag? Like, I my voice is funny. I like voice animation if anyone
Mhm,
wants to see it out there. I'm a really fun, crazy character in improv. So
mhm,
things like that. Or maybe I can make more videos and actually get into it if I'm a helper or something because I think I'm pretty funny.
mhm,
I don't mind doing like a little tour with like Auntie or something. I'd love to hang out with her and doing something like we would perform and we can just play like Katya, the Katya and Trixie of Dragula.
Oh yeah.
I think we can play off each other very well. I don't know, something stupid like that. But I'm happy with what I've done. That's what I'm kind of like. What is it called in between? When between your hell and heaven or
You're in
whatever.
limbo.
Yeah,
Limbo?
I feel like I'm in drag limbo. I've done everything, and I don't know. It's just like, what am I gonna do next? So maybe
Yeah.
I'll pop in when I'm sleeping, or.
Yeah. Well, Titans is coming up. Like, so you can maybe it's a chance to revive the channel and maybe bring some friends on.
Yeah, I think that would be kind of fun. I really like doing the interview, like the gag and puke things that I do. I tend not to like criticize as much because I know how it feels, but I tend to be like, oh, this and that. But
Hmm.
I do little things. I think season 7 in Titans might be fun. I'm also going to be hosting a viewing party at Trade, at
Ooh.
this bar for Titans. So if I'm already in makeup, why not?
Yeah, that would be fun. Maybe you can like record it, your kind of do like a Roscoe like thing.
Yeah, a little talk. It's fun because I want to spill tea. But sometimes the digital media you don't want to get sued because it's permanently there.
Oh yeah, no. Well, the good thing about digital media is like, especially if it's pre-recorded, you can always cut it out.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work,
you
but
know.
you know. No, I think there's a lot of doors open for you, and I think you're open to doing a lot of cool stuff. So I'm very excited to see where that goes along. I want to see you in
Thank
Seattle. We
you.
got to bring you. I'm gonna talk to Miss Mimi Gina and get you to Seattle. Or if I
Yeah,
move to Seattle, I will host you somehow.
I'll visit her grandma too. That
Yeah, and
bitch, that bitch's grandma keeps dying.
yeah, you
Dead
know.
alive, dead alive.
I love that you know that joke. Oh my God, I'm gonna have to bring that up to her.
I
She is Miss Mimi Gina is my queer Arab sister. I've anointed her like she's Saudi
love
through
it.
Saudi.
She gives it really club kid drag. I love it.
No, no, yeah,
Hmm.
like she's definitely into that a lot, and she's very fat, like fat twink.
It's fucking fat twig. I know.
Oh, yeah.
I
All
love
right.
I, I love that humor that you guys have.
No, she's great. I love her. But Desiree, thank you again for being on the show. Where can people
Oh,
find you on social medias?
of course. I'm on Desiree Dik 69 everywhere. That's DESIREEDIK 69. And you can also find me if you look up the Boulet Brothers Dragula season 6. Literally Bemo, Instagram, all that. TikTok, Desiree Dik 69. I want it to be Desiree Dik, but there's just some weird Russian bitch who has the name Desiree Dik.
Hmm.
So I gotta put a 69 on it. So go ahead, look it up, go find me.
Love that. And
And
then
Washington, D.C. There you go.
yeah, well, I was gonna say like if people wanted to find you in Washington D.C., where do you often perform?
I perform at Shakers, City Tab, Handsforth. I also do a city brewery. I do competitions and stuff. And book me for funerals, bitch.
You know, I'll do that for sure. I'll book you for my funeral, and then I'll you can cut off my I forgot to show, but like my Asia consent tattoo,
Oh,
and then you can like give it to Asia because I promised her that I would when
oh
I die I
really?
will give it to her. Just a piece of skin.
You'll poke your eyes out, scrape it out, pull
It's
it
just great.
out, bring it
Exactly.
back to Asia.
Yes, exactly. Yes, yes. Thank you again, Desiree. This was so much fun.
No,
Um,
thank you for having me.
of course, Wayward Artist, thank you for watching this episode with Desiree Dik from Dragula Season 666. Please support the show any way you can on Wayward Artist Studios podcast. We'll have our link tree in the description below. We'll also have Desiree's link tree in this description below. All the ways you can support her. Tune into the after show, the fast forward, where we're going to ask Desiree some questions. But Wayward Artist, without further ado, it's been real. All right, are you ready
Bye,
to?
fugglies.
Oh, there we go. Bye. Are you ready for the after show, or do you need to get some water or anything?
No, I'm good, bitch.
Okay.
Dragula trained me to do this shit for a long time.
Yeah. Well, you've
Yeah.
been